Fen the last passenger. The subway platform was empty at 24:07 a.m. Maya checked her phone, no signal as usual down here. The train arrived with a screech that echoed through the tiles, and she stepped into the last car. She was alone. The fluorescent lights flickered as the doors closed and the train lurched forward. Maya settled into a seat, exhausted from her double shift at the hospital. Through the window, the tunnel walls blurred into darkness. At the next stop, no one got on or off. The doors opened to another empty platform. Maya frowned. This was usually a busy station, even late at night. The third stop was the same, empty, silent. The doors stayed open longer this time, as if the train itself was waiting, hoping. Maya's exhaustion was replaced by a creeping unease. She stood and walked to the door between cars, peering into the next one. A woman sat in the middle of the car, facing away from Maya. She wore a white dress, her black hair hanging past the seat. Maya felt relief flood through her. She wasn't alone after all.
"Excuse me,"
Maya called out. The woman didn't move. Maya stepped through the door. The temperature dropped immediately. Her breath misted in the air. "Miss, are you okay?" The woman's head tilted slightly. Not up, not back, just tilted at an angle no neck should bend. A voice came out, thin and distant, like it was traveling from somewhere far away. "What stop is this?" Maya glanced at the window. The station sign read Scimitar R8, but that wasn't a stop on this line. She'd ridden it 100 times. I don't know," Maya admitted. "Neither do I." The woman's head tilted further, impossibly far. "I've been riding since 1952. Maya backed toward the door. The woman's head kept tilting, rotating like a dial, until her face should have been visible. But there was nothing, just a smooth expanse where features should have been. "What stop is this?" the woman asked again, in exactly the same tone. Maya ran. She crashed through the door back into her original car, but it was no longer empty. Every seat was filled with passengers in outdated clothes, all facing away from her, all with their heads tilted at that impossible angle. As one they spoke, "What stop is this?" The train didn't stop at the next platform, or the one after that. Through the windows, Maya could see people waiting, normal people checking their phones, sipping coffee, but the train rushed past them all. Maya's phone buzzed. One bar of signal, impossibly. A text from her roommate, "Where are you? You never came home from work." That was 3 weeks ago. The passengers turned their featureless faces toward her. "What stop is this?" they whispered. The train plunged deeper into tunnels that didn't exist on any map. The Caldwell house had been on the market for 6 months when Tom and Sarah got it for half the asking price. Their realtor had been evasive about why it was such a bargain, muttering something about superstitious previous owners. They should have asked more questions. The first night was fine. The second night, Sarah woke to use the bathroom and noticed something odd. The hallway seemed narrower than she remembered. She dismissed it as grogginess and went back to bed. By the end of the first week, Tom noticed it too. "Did we have this much furniture?" he asked, frowning at their living room. "It feels more cramped." Sarah laughed. "We haven't bought anything new, but the rooms did feel smaller, tighter." By the second week, Sarah had to turn sideways to fit through the hallway. The doorways seemed to be shrinking, the ceilings lowering. Tom measured everything obsessively, but his tape measure insisted nothing had changed. "We're just tired from the move," he said, but his voice was uncertain. The third week, they heard it, a slow, rhythmic sound in the walls. Not pipes, not settling. It was steady and organic, like the house was breathing. In and out, in and out. Sarah pressed her ear to the wall and jerked back immediately. It was warm. The wall was warm, and she could feel it expanding slightly, then contracting, breathing. "We're leaving," Tom said. He grabbed their car keys and headed for the front door. It wouldn't open. The door had shrunk into its frame, the gap so tight that not even a credit card could slide through. Tom threw his shoulder against it, again and again, but it held firm. Every door was the same. Every window had narrowed to slits too small for their hands. The breathing grew louder, faster, like the house was excited. They ran to the basement, looking for a way out. The stairs had compressed, each step now only inches apart, forcing them to descend in an awkward shuffle. The basement was a fraction of its original size. In the corner, they found a door they'd never noticed before. It was the only normal-sized opening left, and it was slightly ajar. Tom pushed it open. The room beyond was vast, impossibly vast, stretching into darkness. But it wasn't empty. The floor was soft and ribbed, glistening with moisture. The walls pulsed. And everywhere, scattered across that fleshy ground, were belongings, suitcases, shoes, a child's bicycle, keys, hundreds of keys. The breathing stopped. For one terrible moment, everything was silent. Then the house swallowed. The door slammed shut. The basement walls rushed inward like a throat contracting. Tom and Sarah screamed, but the sound was muffled, absorbed by the soft walls pressing against them from all sides. Tighter and tighter. The house settled with a satisfied sigh. 6 months later, a new couple looked at the property. The realtor showed them through the spacious rooms, the wide hallways, the generous doorways. "It's been on the market for a while," the realtor said. "The previous owners just vanished. But hey, that means you can get it for half the asking price." In the walls, something began to breathe.